Good day, a pleasant morning to each and everyone. In today's virtual meeting, I have an app that will help you in guiding some geometry matter. This application is what we call Geometry Visualized. This app talks about some part of geometry like triangle, circle, especially their definition and function. No matter whether you are a student or a professional, this math application can help you to learn. These apps are more convenient to use. Now, let's move and explore about what is geometry visualized really talk about. So I know that you are very much excited to explore and learn at the same time about this application. So let's go. Okay, let's click the geometry application. So let's start with a triangle, their introduction. So as you can see, nasa image ang ipagawas, pwede na nyo i-adjust diha. So that's what I did. Adjust na ko. Then the introduction to triangle. A triangle is a polygon with three edges labeled A, B, and C. Now as you can see. So we have triangle inequality also. And also the triangle types. No? As you can see, there are right, obtuse, acute, no? As you can see in the video presented, obtuse. So napo na siya yung mga definition itself. So right triangle is triangle with one angle that measures 90 degrees. Acute triangle is triangle with all angles less than 90 degrees. Obtuse triangles, triangle with angle more than 90 degrees, no? As you can see, mao na siya. Ato ang mga. So next, napunta gitawag nga Pythagorean theorem. Muna siya Pythagorean theorem. Ma-adjust na siya. And according to their definition, Pythagorean theorem is the side of a right triangle satisfy as the Pythagorean theorem. No? So next is napunta yung mga bisectors. So let's start with perpendicular bisectors. So mauna siya as you can see in the video. Pwede na ito niya ma-adjust. A perpendicular bisector of a triangle is a line segment perpendicular to its side and passing through the midpoint of the side. So OM1, OM2, and OM3 are perpendicular bisectors of the sides of the given triangle. So circumcenter is a center of circumscribed, no? As you can see. Now we are done with perpendicular bisectors. Let's talk about angle bisectors. So muna siya as you can see in the video rather, muna siya angle bisectors. So angle bisector is a line or raised segment that divides the angle into two angles with equal measures. An angle only has one bisector. AD1, BD2, and CD3 are angle bisectors of the given triangle. So N center is a center of inscribed circle of a triangle. So napotay theorem sa angle bisector theorem. Ang kanindot aning app is this app is focuses on geometry jud, especially their angles, circles, and more. So natay altitude. So when we say altitude, as you can see in the video, ako na siyang gi-adjust and according to their definition, at the altitude of a triangle is defined as the line drawn from a vertex perpendicular to the opposite side. Altitudes are labeled as AH1, BH2, and CH3 in the given figure. So when we say intersect in a single point, it is called the orthocenter of a triangle or point H. So as you can see, no, na siya H3, H1, H2. So mao na siya orthocenter. No? So we are done with altitude. So let's go to the medians and centroid. Muna siya, as you can see in the video. When I say median of a triangle, it's a line segment joining a vertex to the midpoint of the opposite side. Medians of the given triangle AM1, BM2, and CM3 are corresponding length of median denoted as MA, MB, MC for the triangle sides A, B, and C. So the triangle sides is A and B and C. So as you can see, natay mga formula diha in calculating medians using the formulas. No, centroid of a triangle. As you can see, the point G is what we call the centroid. No. So when you say the three median, divide the three triangle into six smaller triangles of equal area. No, mo na siya ang medians and centroid. Now let's move on to the equilateral triangle, which is known na ni siya. No, mo na siya equilateral triangle. So when we say equilateral triangle, is a aka a regular triangle, is a triangle with all three sides of equal length. All the angles are 60 degrees. Area of an equilateral triangle, area is equal to square root of 3 over 4 times a squared. So as you can see, natay mga gipang tawag nga mga formulas rather. So now we are done with the another type of triangle, which is isosceles triangle. According to their definition, it is a triangle with at least two sides of equal length. The angles opposite the equal sides are equal as well. So area of an isosceles triangle, so as you can see the formula there, muna siya formula sa isosceles triangle, no? Muna siya formula. So next up is scalene triangle. Muna siya scalene triangle, everyone, as you can see, and according to their definition, it is a triangle that has three unequal sides. So when you say scalene triangle, unequal sides, yeah. Now let's talk about the area, no? Area and also their perimeter. Asa kung ay adjust mo kuan japon siya mo. So according to their area of a triangle, ang muna siya ang mga formulas, no? Using base and a corresponding height, using any two sides and angles between them, using three sides like katong Heron's formula, S is equal to A plus B plus C over 2. No? Muna siya ang area of triangle. So important dun siya nga up kay nadiri ang mga mostly mga formula sa geometry. Jud. So now we are done with the triangle. Let's move on to circle. So ato sang kuanon iyang introduction. Muna siya. When we say circle, is a set of all points in a plane that are at a given distance from a given point. The center is point 0. Muna siya gitawag nga centre. The distance between of the points and the center is called the radius. Muna siya gilibelan og R. The diameter, labeled as D, is a line segment whose endpoints lie on the circle and which passes through the center. So D is equal to 2 times R. Their circumference is equal to 2 pi times R is equal to pi times D. So their area is equal to pi times R squared. So muna siya ang introduction to circle. And now, since we are done with the circle, let's move on to the another part of a circle, which is the circle arc. Muna siya circle arc, everyone. So when we say arc is a part of a portion of our circle, it is a segment of the circumference of the circle. Like for example, BC is an arc of the circle. So when we say a measure of the arc is an angle that an arc makes at the center of the circle of which it is a part. So muna siya guys. Muna siya everyone rather. No, a length of the arc is a distance. So muna siya ang about sa part sa circle. Now let's move on to the circle sector. So a sector of a circle is a pie-shaped part or portion of the area of the circle. It is the part of a circle enclosed by two radii of a circle under intercepted arc. OBC is a sector of the circle. So muna siya. natay gitawag sa atong area, formula sa area of the sector. So if the length of the arc BC denoted as L is known, the area of the sector OBC is area is equal to R times L over 2. So manata sa circle sector. Now let's move on to the circle tangent line. So mao na siya. When you say tangent line to a circle is a line that intersects the circle at exactly one point, never entering that. So that is circle tangent line. So let's move on to the quadrilateral. So now let's talk their definition. Is a polygon with 4 vertices and 4 edges rather. So mao na siya ang quadrilateral. So next is ang square, no? When we say square is a rectangular, no, polygon. Mao na siya ang square. So no naman na siya rectangle also is a quadrilateral with 4 right angles. All angles of a rectangle is 90 degrees or pi over 2, no? When we say a parallelogram is a simple quadrilateral with 2 pairs of parallel sides. So muna siya parallelogram. Napo na siya mga properties, perimeters, and their area. Now, muna siya ang rhombus. So rhombus is a quadrilateral whose 4 sides. So napo siya mga properties, perimeter, area using the diagonals or in radius pod. Muna ang rhombus. So we are done with rhombus. Let's move on to the trapezoid. When we say trapezoid is a convex quadrilateral with at least 1 pair of parallel sides. No, the parallel sides are called the bases and the other 2 sides are called the legs. Muna siya ang trapezoid. So British definition of trapezoid is trapezium. Area of consecutive sides A, B, C, D, and also their height. The height is the perpendicular distance between the bases. So that's all about the trapezoid. Now let's move on to the line. Line, ray, and segment. Muna siya, the line is in red, the segment is blue, the ray is brown. Muna siya, everyone. So a line extends forever in both directions. A line segment is part of a line that is bounded by 2 endpoints. When you say ray, it starts with 1 point and continues on forever in one direction. Muna siya ang line, ray, and segment and their definition. Okay? So now, we are done with line, ray, and segment. Let's talk about the perpendicular lines. So when we say perpendicular lines, lines that meet at a right angle, 90 degrees or pi over 2 with each other called a perpendicular line. So muna siya perpendicular lines, everyone. Always remember that. So now, let's talk about the parallel lines. So when we say parallel lines, it is lines that do not intersect or touch each other at any point. As you can see in the given photo, in the given video rather, muna siya ang parallel lines, no? So we are done with the line. Now let's move on to the angle. No, angle. So let's know about their definition. So an angle is a figure that is formed between 2 rays with the same endpoint. The side of the angle is also called arms. The common point A is called the vertex of the angle, labeled as alpha, or in that form. Angles are measured in degrees or in radians. Relationship between radian and degrees, no? So now let's talk about the types of angles. The angle is acute as the video presented. Acute angle is an angle measuring between 0 degrees and 90. Right angle, naputay obtuse. Straight angles, reflex angle, no? Ano siya? When we say reflex angle, is an angle measuring between 180 degrees and 360 degrees. So vertical angles. So muna siya ang vertical angles, everyone. We say vertical angles are a pair of non-adjacent angles formed with 2 lines intersect. So non-adjacent means angles do not share common sides. So vertical angles share common vertex and are congruent, but dili siya mag-share og common sides ha. So, supplementary angles. So, familiar naman taan ng supplementary angles. Angles are two angles that have a sum of 180 degrees. Alpha plus beta is equal to 180 degrees. Muna siya, everyone. No, always remember that. So now let's move on to the complementary angles. So when we say complementary angles are two angles that have a sum of 90 degrees. No, muna siya ang formula sa complementary angles. Since we are done with the angle, let's go to the trigonometry. No? Trigonometry. So, muna siya ang mga unit of circles. Pwede na to siya tangtangon ang cos, ang sin, tan, cot, natangon to tanan. So, muna siya mahabilin, no? Muna siya mahabilin. But, if but nga na to siya, o especially cos, sin, tan, cot, muna siya mapurma. So, atong i-full. O, muna siya ang sa unit sa circle with the given na siya. So, muna siya, another is their functions graph. Muna siya ang functions graph. So, sin, cos, tan, cot. Ato na, muna siya if atong i-click tanan. If ever gani nga dili anduhara, muna siya ipapurma, no? So, kung tulo, muna siya. No? So, that's all about the geometry visualize application, and I really hope that you've learned something.